Hey, so welcome to this podcast. We're talking today with Chris, one of my customers. He had a sleeve like a year ago, and I posted a heel tattoo of his one side of the sleeve. We're gonna finish it up. We see what we're gonna do and how's that gonna come up with. And today we're gonna talk pretty much about anything and everything.
We're just going to talk. I appreciate you having me on, brother. This is my first podcast. Most people would think they're nervous. Not me. I just kind of go with the flow.
Tell me what you do, man.
I work at, I actually run a pet store here in Destin. Finally get some beautiful weather out here. And part-time, I work at Wine World and do a little liquor and beer sales. Just meet a lot of people. I think my favorite thing to do is just heal people's pets, heal people's animals, make their lives easier without having to spend a lot of money at the
Pets,
vet.
they're kids, their daughters, pretty
exactly.
much.
I just love nothing better than somebody coming in and saying, "Thank you so much. You fixed my pet." Like, it is the most amazing thing. So it's my passion. It's what I love doing. Obviously, I love tattoos.
Where you from original, man?
Man, I'm an Army brat. I was originally born in El Paso, Texas.
Texas?
I lived anywhere and everywhere, brother. I went to 3 different schools in 3 different states in 4th grade. It was a pretty wild thing, but it's made me who I am. I'm the only one in my family that didn't go military because I got tired of moving, but I enjoy being well-rounded. I enjoy meeting new people, such as yourself, the whole 9 yards.
Have you seen I have a so what is like your favorite thing to do in this area where we live right now? Like we're in the Panhandle, Destin, Florida. What is your favorite thing to do? Why do you move here?
Happy wife, happy life, brother. The wife's always wanted to be by the beach, so I was able to give her the beach at our age. It's been an amazing experience. We've truly been a godsend the way we've been down here. Everything just kind of fell in place. Never expected to ever be here, to be honest.
Really?
I mean, everything was just circumstance.
When was the first time you heard about the Panhandle? Because to me, it was in 2018.
I've known about the Panhandle my whole life.
Really?
Like I lived for 25 years in North Alabama, so it's a place that I was a tourist. Everybody that comes down here is a tourist.
Yeah.
You would never imagine being able to live here because it's so beautiful and it's so expensive, and you never think about that. But I was offered a position where I'm at now by my owners, and like I said, man, everything just fell in place. I mean, it's life's all about falling in place.
You said my owners like you were a slave.
Yeah.
Are you? Are you?
No, not at all. That's a respectful term, like sir and ma'am from the South. When you're raised in the South, you learn to live by the Southern law.
Stick that owner thing stick.
It is. It's stuck. It's stuck with me for years and years. You're not kidding there. That's funny.
So, man, have you seen like these videos about robots doing tattoos? Because I was talking to a friend and he was saying, "Hey, man, I want to start tattooing." I said, "Buddy, it's gonna take you a long time to get there, and once you get there, you're gonna have like robots, like Tesla robots doing it."
I tell you, I recently saw a video about robots doing tattoos, and I think you got to go back to the reason people get tattoos.
Why is it?
I think that you have a lot of people out there that just get spur of the moment tattoos because their best friend does it. Not really talking about those are the robot tattoos. Those are the people that wouldn't mind doing robots.
What do you mean, like?
I'm telling you, the people like me, myself, you that are just tatted up. There's a reason we get tattoos. It's a feeling, and you can't share that feeling with a robot.
Like experience.
Yeah, it's an experience. It's a feeling. It's therapy. I think for a lot of people, it's therapy. How do you have a therapeutic session with a robot?
You know what? That is crazy because I stopped getting tattoos almost 10 years ago because I mean, it's painful. Tattoos are painful. And I really didn't enjoy getting tattooed, bro.
Really?
Like for real. And when I was getting a tattoo, it was behind my knee.
Oh yeah.
So that area is like pretty tender. I think it was one of the most painful areas. And one thing that I didn't enjoy, it didn't happen with that artist, but with other artists, I didn't enjoy the thing that they will take smoke breaks for like long period of times. They were talking, having a lot of fun with, their buddies. And I'm just sitting here, I'm almost passing out because my sugar is going low. I want to go eat. I want to get out of here. And they're just...
You need to be on a Snickers commercial, man.
But, you know what I mean, right?
Snickers.
I want to go.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's on the artist too, to respect and know their client.
Right.
That's why I loved coming here. I mean, it was. We had 3 sessions,
right,
and it was start to finish. We might have taken a break, But you know, to me, when a tattoo artist takes a break, it's because you're having a 4 hour long tattoo, and who works 4 hours straight without taking a break? You know,
Well,
I think
sometimes I
tattoo
do.
artists need to have that break to kind of reset their mind and readjust their body. But I agree that some of it's excessive. But it's all about, I mean, it's my choice who to pick my artist. You know,
Exactly.
it's my
Yeah.
choice who to go in and pick my artist. And I came to you based on your art. Like I knew I wanted this tattoo for years, man, years. But I never found the artist that I think could do it right. And you had a client come into my store that was on vacation.
So what would be that thing that let's say a client like you as a client want to find an artist? How do you find the artist?
To be honest, I don't look. I just look at everybody's tattoos and ask them where they got it. Like I'm a huge conversation man. My wife gets so mad at me because she said I can never go anywhere without seeing somebody I know. And it's just because I talk. Like I love to talk. I love to meet new people. I mean, the very reason you have me on here is because we had a connection and we just talk. And that's really what podcasts are all about. But that's really what a tattoo artist is all about. That you're not going to get from a robot. You know?
And that comes to another thing, like topic, but it's in between the same lines or whatever. It is like there's a lot of people that they do tattoo artists that they do tattoos and they'll Photoshop the tattoo
Yeah.
to put on Instagram.
Yeah.
And whenever you see the tattoo, it heal like crap.
Yeah.
I saw a clip on TikTok of this guy. It's a Shark Tank guy. Have you seen that show? He paid $70,000 for a tattoo by this guy. Look, this is fucking crazy. I used to look up to this guy.
Yeah.
His name is Arlo. So I went to one of his seminars, and he was like finishing up one of his sleeves, of his body sleeves. Bro, the rest of the tattoo was faded.
Ready?
And I'm like, what's going on
Yeah.
here? Like, the first 3 hours, they were talking about his wife or ex-wife or whatever, because she's the one on Ink Master, the one with the white hair.
Okay.
And they were talking a lot of gossips of what's going on in their relationships and how to Photoshop tattoos.
I'm telling you, man, like reality versus
what the
virtual world is the craziest stuff. I can't wait for everybody to see the tattoo you did. Like it was seamless. It was comfortable. Like you say you don't like tattoos because of the pain. Like it's an addiction for me. Like once in a while, I got to feel that.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people need that. And a lot of people come to tattoo artists just for that. You know,
I don't want to make it like we're doing a promotional podcast or whatever. We're
No,
just
not
talking
at all.
about
Like I
the
love
difference.
I love the way that it looks. I love the way and like you said, how do you pick an artist? You look at somebody that's had a tattoo, ask them how long they've had it, and you base it on what it looks like, you know?
Now the opposite will be there's a very famous lady on TikTok and she sucks big time, man. I'm gonna show you. She went like super famous. She's called Ariel de Jesus.
Okay.
So yeah, Ariel de Jesus. She got like super famous because she's doing crappy tattoos. Bro, I'm gonna show you one, and I'm gonna post.
So you're
it
knocking
up,
on the
everybody.
Jesus?
Bro.
You're knocking on the Jesus, the Jesus?
No,
The Jesus?
no,
You're knocking
no,
on the
no.
Jesus?
And she I don't know if it's a nickname or whatever. She has like 500,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And this is on TikTok, and she makes like 1.3 million views, tattoos or whatever. I'm gonna show you something here that'll blow your mind, because the crazy thing is that she will do this thing: $160 tattoo, cover up whatever you bring.
Wow.
Yeah, and their people are like, and she's like not clean at all. She's not following any health department guidelines. And at the end, they're like, "I love the tattoo," but you see in their face that they don't like it at all.
Right. And
They just pay 160 bucks. What is that?
That's so beat up, man.
But what is that in their face?
Right. Like covering the face in the beginning is wild.
Yeah, so it looks like,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks bad.
And I'll tell you something else about tattoo artists, man. You got to find the one that will tell you they can't do it and recommend somebody else. You know, you find those tattoo artists, like you go in there and you find out the ones that just are there for the money. You know, the ones that you got to have somebody like I take pride in my business. I take pride in helping people make their lives easier with their pets so they can have the optimal life. I think that you got to find a tattoo artist that takes pride in knowing that that person's going to live with that thing the rest of their life, and they take pride in that. Like the other day when my wife came in for her tattoo, you knew I was coming to you. You knew that. And what did you say?
I'm gonna get you the best in fine line.
That's it.
which I hire because he's the best in fine
Yeah,
line.
I mean, you gave that up.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you knew that your boy could do better than you, and he did. I mean, he did an amazing job. So it's the finding somebody that you can trust, finding somebody that you've seen the artwork on the person, not the actual picture, but the artwork on the person always helps it. And just the promotion wise, like, what are you gonna do when the robots take over? You're gonna pick the right robot that does the tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
The company.
It's not a personalized experience anymore. And I think that the robots might be good for the one-offs. Who knows? But for those of us that want the experience, want the therapeutic part of it, want the me meeting you, like there's no way you meet new people with a robot. You just
That's
don't.
right.
It's crazy.
I get called the asshole.
It's a weird
here.
thing.
The bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go like deep, and that'll take you some time, some sessions, you'll find that I'm not that asshole. I'm still an asshole, but I'm not that, as an asshole. But,
We all have some asshole in us. I've been called that a few times myself because
wow.
I tend to be direct too. You tell it like it is. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't telling it like it is.
And that's something that I will say, like, if you come to me or to the shop, we follow like some rules. Like, let's say if you have a scar and it's been 6 months of that scar, you have surgery or something very deep on your skin happen, I'm not gonna tattoo you over that. You need to wait at least 2 years. And I had people driving 2 hours because I didn't know what they wanted, and they're asking me to get something on top of that scar, and I can't tattoo them. I'm just gonna say no. I'm not gonna grab your money. I really don't care, because if I do something on top of that and it fades, it's on me. And that's pretty much, I know what we're trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. That we're very honest.
Your body's got to heal and be in a perfect condition before that happens. Like I'm with you. Like a scar's got to heal before you can tattoo it. Because you say you tattoo over it and it continues to heal again, that tattoo is going to spread out.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be angry at who? You. Way worse than what they were angry before.
And then they'll get like bad reviews, and then we start having like beefs or whatever people have. And we've been in the business for a long time. We just don't want that anymore.
Yeah, you just got to find some experience. You learn as you go, for sure.
This is another one that I wanted to ask you. How do you heal your tattoo?
I just use, to be honest, when I get home, I'm really bad at following artists' rules. I don't really follow artists' rules. Like I might leave the skin on, or anybody's rules. That's true. I might leave the skin on for maybe up to 24 hours, but is when I feel comfortable enough, I'll take that skin off and hop in the shower and get that water as hot as I can on that tattoo. And then for the next few days, maybe once or twice a day, I'll put some non-fragrant cream or whatever on it.
Which one you use?
I don't know what I have right now.
You don't remember?
The Curel. I think I have Curel.
Curel. That's the one that we recommend.
I think I have the Curel at home. And to be honest, the times that I put it on are the times when it's healing and it itches. So I do it to prevent myself from scratching.
Yeah, right.
I'll just slap some Curel on it and go find some cold air.
Yeah.
And just let it heal naturally. It's not rocket science when it comes to healing. I think a lot of people in everything we do overthink. Yeah. I see it every day in my industry. People just overthink when it comes to their pets.
Oh, they overthink a lot.
Because they're children. It's like,
details and stuff.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it simple. That's what I say. It's not deep. I think that, then again, everybody heals different.
That's another one too. Like I had a client who, he didn't say anything, but he had those patches that they put to measure the sugar.
Oh yeah. Diabetic.
So my guess is that he was like diabetic. So when he came for the second session, I had to say no, because it wasn't healed enough to me to finish it off. So like,
dude, that's wild you say that, because we get into these connections. My son has diabetes, and about, maybe, I gotta say, it's probably been 2 months, we all went through the flu. This sucker was letting the dogs out without his contacts or glasses and crushed his toe against the... What? Yeah, and he broke his toe. He's got diabetes. It's been 2 months, and it's still only 75% healed.
What?
So kind of like what you're saying, like everybody heals different. People with diabetes, it takes a little bit longer, and you just gotta... That's what you live with.
And then we have Riley, who works here with us on high season, and then she gets tattooed, and next day she's on the beach.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't follow any rules. They go to the beach, they go surfing or whatever, and then they come back and it healed pretty good.
Yeah.
So it actually depends on
you just gotta know you. I say first time tattooers, be precautionary, like follow every guideline until you learn how your body acts to it. But then once you get 3 or 4, or 10. You kind of know yourself and know your limits and know what you can do.
At
So
what age did you get your first tattoo? And what was it?
my first tattoo was on the back of my calf. It's the Tupac cross with the word strength underneath it.
Hell
And
yeah.
I want to say I was 22, 23. I was a little bit older.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a little bit older.
Ask me.
When was the first age you got your tattoo?
Dude, I got my first tattoo when I was in college too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wasn't like into tattoos.
Yeah.
That word wasn't in my mind until I was like over 20.
Okay.
A friend of mine got a tattoo. Actually, the first tattoo that came into my attention was in Virginia. I was in Virginia or Maryland, one of those states. So I was just training for boxing. I used to do amateur boxing or whatever. And a friend of I was staying in a house with a bunch of guys, and one of them had a giraffe and like in a stick figure.
Yeah.
On her feet, on his feet, and I was like, "What?" And he was explaining to me like about tattoos and whatever, and I forget about it.
Yeah.
Then I went to college, and a friend of mine got a tattoo. I asked him, "Hey, where you got that?" He got it in a caserío. I don't know if you know what that means. It's like the projects here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I went to the caserío, and he said. So I asked him like, how do you find the guy? What is the number of the house? Whatever. He said, wherever you hear the sound of the machine.
Oh, no
that's
way.
the place, bro. That's how it was.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went there. I'm like kind of scared because it's like a shady area, whatever. So I'm hearing the machine. So I'm just walking.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find it, and then I saw it. It was on the third floor, I think. So I yelled at the guy. He said, "Oh yes, come over." I just went to knock on his door. Actually, his door was open, I think. So he was tattooing a full back piece.
Oh wow.
With a demons and devils and angels on the top. I remember.
Wow.
And then I asked him, "Hey, I wanted to get this and that." I explained to him and said, "Yeah, just come back in 1 hour." I said, "How much is it going to be?" "Just give me $60." So I came back, and it's like a very old like funeral chairs that you open with your hands, and it was like very rusty. So I sit in there. He's doing freehand the thing on my bro. It was rough. Once he put that needle on my arm, I was like melting the chair, and he was telling me, "Hey, bro, you need to stop moving." I've been a pussy for tattoos all my life. Yeah. But the thing is that it was a great experience. After a week, I was tattooing in my room.
No way.
Yeah.
After you got that addicted that quick.
Yep. I grabbed my mom's credit card, got me like an eBay kit.
Yeah.
And I started tattooing.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's how I started
wild.
tattooing.
Yeah. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you what made me get my first one. It's just something I woke up and did, I guess. But I actually went to the tattoo shop and everything like that. But I didn't quite do it in the projects.
Yeah, that was like
that's pretty wild.
That's not like good decision. But yeah, it was amazing. The guy was taking a lot of like drugs and stuff.
No, I'm sure.
Too.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and I was like smoking weed. Bad decision. It was a very bad decision because if you smoke weed, I don't know if you've done it before.
Yeah, but just you get so
all
relaxed.
the senses. No, all the
they
senses go
too.
Yeah. So the pain for me was like I was freaking out.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I wasn't
All right,
relaxed at all.
All right, kids, don't get high before you get a tattoo.
Don't do it, please. Say
Man,
no to
I was
drugs.
talking to, so I was at work yesterday at Wine World, and there's a kid over there who's about 23 now. He was telling me he almost died at 16 because he was taking something, I don't know, but it ended up being laced with fentanyl. Man, he's telling me about this experience, and speaking of drugs, that's why it caught my attention. But he said like he flatlined for a minute, and he said in that moment, he could see these colors and he could never explain it. And then when he woke up, the first thing he looked at his mom and said, "I'm sorry." And it was a wild epiphany for him because he literally died. His body dumped DMT. I don't know if you've ever heard of DMT.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it a little bit before, but his body dumped DMT. And I was like, dude, your body dumped DMT.
Yeah,
I was like, I've done DMT. Like,
you done it?
Yeah, you see the colors. I told him, I said, look up on Google, look up DMT artwork. He looks it up. Changed his whole life right then and there because he never could.
How does that look? Let me see.
He looks up DMT artwork and he's like, "That's exactly what I was seeing." I was like, "Dude, you literally died because your body, when you die, your body dumps DMT."
You know what, bro?
And it's the craziest stuff.
I'll tell you something.
It was wild, man.
I went on a trip like this, and it wasn't with DMT.
What was it with?
It was with the golden t-shirt mushroom.
Oh yeah, mushrooms will do that too.
Oh,
The
okay.
difference,
So,
the difference in mushrooms and DMTs. Mushrooms is like what, a 4 or 6 hour trip. The DMT is 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's literally a 15-minute trip. You take it enough to where it just knocks you out, and then you see all these visions. And I've never been able to cross over, but I know people that have been able to cross over,
what?
man, and see beings, like see relatives in that form. It's in that artwork form. Like even this kid said, like he saw pictures of his family, but they weren't his family, and these people were talking to him. That's the difference in the mushrooms and the DMT. The DMT dump is literally when you die, and they're trying to do so much research on it, but they don't know how much DMT gets dumped. They don't know how long it lasts. They don't know nothing. But it's
there's
wild.
people that go straight up to the other side, because there's people that they died and they have YouTube like videos, and they're explaining the story or whatever. They don't see colors. They go straight up to the other side.
Yeah, the DMT is a pretty well known thing. It's one of those validity things. You check the validity.
That is crazy.
And everything like that. But man, it's been a wild couple weeks. Like I've been thinking like that came up, and my wife's going through some stuff with her grandmother right now. And I had 2 weeks ago. No, maybe was it last week? Man, I had a ghost contact me. It was wild.
What?
It was you'll hear. It's not a ghost, but it's a buddy of mine overdosed and died 3 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe 4 years ago. And I hadn't heard. I tried to reach out to his family, but me and him were pretty close, and me and his son were pretty close, but I kind of left their distance. Dude, after 3 years, his son messaged me, and we had a long conversation about his dad and everything.
Like,
He on Facebook, he just reached out and was like, "Hey, what's your number?" And he called me, and we were talking and chopping it up. But man, we talk about like the amazement you have, the impact you have on people you never knew you thought you would.
Yeah.
Like Jaden, he's playing in basketball in college right now. He's playing D1, got knocked down. He's trying to get back into D1 basketball, which he's doing good. He's already got people looking at him. But just talking about stories with his dad and everything, it was awesome for me because it brought closure. Because I was never able to really reach out to the family, because we were neighbors, and then I got divorced and moved out, so we kind of fell apart a little bit. But
gotcha.
Me and Paris were thick as thieves, man. And it was the stories that I would tell Jaden, and then the stories Jaden would tell me are parts of his life that I impacted with his father. And again, it goes back to that whole tattoo robot thing. Like you don't get those stories or anything from robots. So this whole robot craze is, I can see it in both hands, how it can be good in one hand, but you're going to lose a lot of in touch feeling in another hand. And I mean, it's been, these last 2 weeks of my life have been crazy. So it's kind of ironic that you're here, that I'm here with you on a podcast, and you go but this is no different than a session. This is me and you doing a tattoo session right now, and that's what this podcast means to me. It's like we formed a friendship because of a tattoo session.
Actually, we can call it like a tattoo session, because this is pretty much what I do.
Literally is. It's literally a tattoo
we just talk shit, share videos.
Yeah.
We play like Jesse Lee Peterson talking about like all the craziness. You know that guy, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Jesse
wild,
Lee Peterson. He's the best.
But it's just, you just go through life and you learn. I'd sit there and you just talk to people, and it's weird how you end up meeting people, no matter what.
Yeah, man.
And talking to people, like you talked, like I've been working with this guy for probably close to a year and didn't know this story, and you just start talking, and it's like, it's amazing how you impact somebody's life, or how somebody else's life impacts you and makes you think about different things. So it's wild. That's the therapy that I'm talking about. That's the therapy of tattoos is you, I mean, I'm not close to this kid by any means, like I'm close to my son or close to my wife, but he shared that with me, and I think that's a good outlet for tattoo clients and tattoo artists is that bridge. You bridge that gap on things that you might not necessarily share, but need to get off your chest. And
it's very intimate, like
really
tattoo.
cool.
It's very intimate.
Yeah.
And I don't see how, well, I see it because I used to be there. Now it's way different. I've been doing it for so long. But I don't know why these people are just wasting a lot of experiences, like you say, with people just because of they're slacking. Like I was going through, a few months ago, I was trying to hire people, and man, there's so much assholes, bro. Like, and these kids, to be honest, like these new artists, they think
it's all entitlement, man.
They're very entitled.
It's
They think they know what they're doing. I can see, I like on their on their portfolio, on their Instagram, their pictures, I can see what they're doing, man. I know what they did, like how they did it, and how their tattoo is going to heal. Pretty much, like 85%. I know what happened in the tattoo and how is that gonna heal. And they're talking to me like, "Hey, so where's the percentage? And what do you give?" Like, and I'm like, "What are you bringing to the shop?"
Right, right.
Like they're asking how much percentage and what do I give them? But let's see how do you do when you show up here?
Right, right.
Because I had a guy who had a good portfolio. He showed up. He was tattooing like he was a kid, bro. Like a kid drawing with crayons.
Where do you think his portfolio came from?
I don't know. I really don't know because he seems like he knows about the tattoo history. He knows a lot about. I think it's more. He's like front desk guy said. He's like how you call it, like a fan, or a aficionado.
Okay.
He's an aficionado of tattooing.
Yeah.
But he haven't nailed the way to tattoo right.
Right.
Then I'm trying to do like some videos to explain some things on how to tattoo, whatever. People are hating on the comments. No, you don't do this like that or this. Bro, there's no university, there's no college, there's no school of tattooing. You have to figure it out pretty much by yourself. I traveled for 6 years. Get into the tattoo shop that I like the tattoo artist, sucking ass pretty much, just to fucking ask questions on how to do a certain thing. Like I started with lining, and then I started with shading, and then I wanted to learn how to do traditional the right way. So I traveled to Tampa, Florida, to a traditional tattoo shop to talk to these guys, and I was pretty much working for free because I wanted to learn. Yeah. And I had 2 jobs. Now, if I tell these guys, "Hey, you need to come here, I'll give you this and that," and you see my shop. My shop is pretty nice.
Oh yeah,
you get everything, and we get clients all the time. Like this is a tourist area, very small, and tattoo shops in Destin are like. They don't go. I think there's 5.
There's a lot.
4 or 5. Not too many.
Oh, for this small of an area between here and the bridge, but there's having 5 shops is a lot.
There's 100,000 people coming in rotation every week. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of
so we get a lot of.
Oh, that's true. The tourist.
Yeah, part. Last year we had more than 5,000 clients.
Dang,
that's a lot in 1 year.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So if you're coming to work with me, you're gonna have a lot of clients now. You gotta show me that you can handle it. Number 1. Number 2, you gotta present yourself in a professional way. You can't be stinky. You can't have like.
But even like you said, this is a perfect area to learn. No, well, it could be somebody that
to build a career.
Yeah, that you end up having an apprenticeship with. I mean, you're doing 5,000 tattoos a year. Imagine how much you're.
But learning. They don't want to.
I know, it's wild.
They don't want to.
There's so much lack of passion. Nowadays with this new era, there's so much lack of passion. There's so much lack of reason as to why people do what they do. You know?
Man.
And there's a reason behind it. There's a passion behind it, and that's why it's
you know what I
so
see a lot. There's a lot of TikTok live videos every time I'm scrolling, whatever, and they're like practicing in fake skin. And everybody wants to be a fake skin tattoo artist.
The pig skin, the fake skin.
Yeah. So what happens is a fake skin doesn't bleed.
I was going to say, what's the difference?
So it's rubber.
Yeah.
So you're tattooing in rubber, but rubber is not the skin.
So there's no reaction. Like there's a reaction on the skin that you got to account for and everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they're really good. So I will say a tattoo artist can go into another medium like a fake skin and do a perfect tattoo, right? Mm-hmm. But if you haven't tattooed in the skin, you can't pretend to do a very nice, well done tattoo on fake skin and then do it on the skin.
Yeah, you can be
because you won't be able to figure it out.
And what's the other piece? The fake skin is completely flat the whole time.
That's another one. Yeah,
it's completely.
It doesn't
flat
move, doesn't whine. Yeah, I mean it's crazy, man. And the tattoo machine doesn't inject the ink the same way. You can use any ink, and it's gonna work very well on the fake skin.
Gotcha.
But the inks have different thicknesses.
Gotcha.
Or thickness. Or different.
Thick or thin, yeah.
Yeah,
Depending
it's
on
thicker
what brand,
ink.
what color,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
anything, yeah.
There's one is more watery. There's one more oily, whatever. So I don't know, man. I got very frustrated like a few months ago, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with what I have. And then I reached out to a friend who's very famous, Emilio, and he just sent to me a few leads of good artists.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty much how I just closed the hiring time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's crazy. It's very hard to find a good artist.
I would imagine.
Like
I
a
would
good
imagine
mechanic.
it's yeah. I mean, in my profession, it's hard to find good groomers. I mean, it's the passion. I mean, you got to care for that client as if it was your own family member or if it was your own body. And if you don't do that every single time, then what are you doing in this profession?
Yeah.
You know, and that's almost it's almost the same for every profession. You get
Yeah.
these entitled kids, you get these selfish people, even adults. I mean, as soon as that selfishness kicks in, you're done. Your career's done.
Also,
You-
it's
you
the
can't-
majority of people,
Yeah.
right?
Fortunately, it's getting that way. I like to think when I talk to people, I can try to bring that back out to where they do care because I care so much and you care so much. Like
Yeah.
it's nice to be able to try and bring that out in them. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's even the most trivial job, bagging groceries. I mean, if you're not bagging them the right way, the way you would for your own mom, what are you doing there? It's all about like if we would just have compassion and actually understand what we're doing and why we're doing it.
You know,
think
that's
it would
right,
be
bro.
so
Like,
good.
because when I was doing like certain other, like when I started like doing other jobs, I did bartending, waitress. I did a bunch of different.
You were a
jobs.
waitress?
I was a waitress in
you wear a skirt?
Chili's.
You're a
No.
waiter.
A waiter. That's right. Well, my English is very like
No, I'm teasing
broken,
you,
so
brother. I'm
you know,
teasing you. Yeah,
it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
bully me all
I'm
the
gonna
time.
get you. I'm gonna get you when I can get you, and you're gonna
Oh,
get
yeah,
me when
of
you
course.
can get me.
So I started doing that on Chili's bar and grill. Dude, I was messing up all the time. I was 17 with a fake ID.
There you go.
And I wanted to like, you know, work.
Yeah.
So I was messing up big time. But then I got another job in another place and I started like because I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
To be a bartender, it was like amazing.
Yeah.
When I was like 17.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went ahead and then I did it right for a while and then I started making money.
That's awesome.
And that's how it
the
should
thing.
be, right?
And that's the thing. Like in my line of work, we're always judged by numbers. Your numbers got to be this. Your numbers got to be that. We want your numbers at this. I've been a firm believer that if you do what's right, your numbers are going to be there.
Yeah.
So I don't even. There's a lot of time. Most of the time, don't tell my owners this, but I don't pay attention to numbers. I don't pay attention. I just do what's right. I do what's right for my staff. I do what's right for my neighbors. We call our customers neighbors, and everything falls into place the way it's supposed to be, you know? So I think that's what people don't understand is they put too much strain on the goal. They want the goal tomorrow.
That's right.
They want the goal tomorrow. But if you just do what's right, the goal's going to come, and it's going to come in a much happier and more measurable way to you. Like you're going
Yeah.
to become so satisfied and you're going to look back and say, this is what I did and this is how I did it. As opposed to this is what I did and I ended up in jail because I took too many shortcuts. You know what I mean?
Now, if you want his online course on how to be successful,
No,
just
no,
click
no,
on
no.
No, we're just talking shit.
But that's, I mean, it's just, it's no different than what you said, man. The world could be a better place if we just understand why we're doing what we're doing and what we're doing.
And doing it with passion.
Yeah, and doing it with passion. I think that's how you pick a tattoo artist. Everybody got that?
Yeah. So we just, he just
a
answered
2
the
minute
question.
spiel on how to find a tattoo
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Good luck.
20 minutes to answer one question.
Good luck.
Well, I think this is a wrap up. Thank you guys for watching.